Just right off the bat, right out of graduate school, I started working in this planning capacity for this West Jackson master plan. And so we would have these public meetings, and I just noticed people would have these visceral reactions to planning, to placemaking, to talking about West Jackson. And when I say visceral reactions, I mean like they were comparing planning processes to violent crimes. And so that was really interesting to me because I was like, there's something going on here that I just wasn't equipped to handle coming out of a planning program where we didn't talk about trauma, we didn't talk about psychology, we didn't talk about sociology, we didn't think about those things. And so after that project, and this was an ongoing maybe 2 or 3 year project, and when I started working in other places in Mississippi, the same thing would come up, these kind of visceral reactions. And I really wanted to make sense of them in ways that I couldn't do in practice because you're on a timetable, because you're on a budget table. So I decided to take a step back from practice and go get my PhD to kind of study this trauma. And so my work really is building this theory around communal trauma and how places have hurt and how they express that hurt community-wide in terms of how it's not just one person experiencing trauma like we think about it in a psychological way, but it's a community-wide trauma that's really rooted to a very specific place, and that is very specifically targeted towards this community. And so that's kind of where my work is in terms of building communal trauma, and along with that, reparative praxis. So if we acknowledge trauma exists, how can we repair it?